Alright, you know, welcome back to Hi Guys, BDR here, and I'm back with another Raw review. So this Raw, the go home Raw before, Saturday night's Cox event, this upcoming Saturday, or was it the 24th, whatnot. So yeah, let's start off. Also, disclaimer, if you do hear a fan in the AC, guys, it's hot as balls, bro. My balls are literally sticking out right now. Like, that's how hot it is right now, like near 100 degrees. So I don't want to hear it in the comments. All right, then let's start off with Raw starts off with Logan Paul comes out. He basically says he's gonna beat Jey Uso. That happens. Then Gunther comes out. You tapped out chants, and Gunther's like, if I have to fight, I fought a non-wrestler before. Pat McAfee showed heart. You, however, there's no heart in your eyes at all. So if you do manage to beat Jey, I'm going to break you down and I'm going to beat you. Then he just, leaves. Jey comes up from behind and, super kicks him and whatnot. We cut backstage. Logan Paul's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, yes, reminds me of my first few days of grade school. There, little BDR lore for you guys. And then Seth is over here like, hey, yo, basically Seth comes out, Logan, I got a proposition for you. You want to accept it? Probably like, cock teasing that Logan is the third guy. Because they want to do like a big tag team, a big 6-man tag. Like Jey, Sammy, and Punk. Probably like, no, just like Sammy, Roman, and Punk versus like Braun, Seth, and Logan. Probably at SummerSlam or something like that, most likely. So that happens. Then we move on to, Judgment Day tag team match. It was like JD and Balor versus like Penta and Styles. Usual Judgment Day shit happens, interference. El Grande Americano comes out, headbutts, Penta. Finn gets the pin for the first time in forever, and they get the win. I'm so sick and tired of El Grande Americano. Like, they need to send him back where he came from, not gonna lie. Useless ass character, to be honest. We have to sit through like Penta versus El Grande Americano for the next few weeks leading up to the summer. Oh, Lord. So yeah, that happens. And also we get our first, women's qualifier. Roxanne, Becky, Natalia. They're all doing good in the ring. Laya Valkyria, Bird Woman comes out, attacks Becky Lynch. And then Roxanne hits Pop Rocks for the 1, 2, 3. And now Roxanne's in Money in the Bank. Then we go on to our second qualifying match. It was Zoe Starks, Kairi Sane, yeah, she came back, and Rhea Ripley in another triple threat. What was it? Zoe tried to do like a high flying spot, and she basically tore her ACL in the process. So she kind of got like ruled out of the match. So it basically became a 1v1 versus Kairi and Rhea. Rhea hits the headbutt, riptide. Now Rhea's in the Money in the Bank. I'm like, why is Rhea in the Money in the Bank ladder match? Can someone, she's established at this point. She could just make, title matches appear out of thin air. She's reached that status already. Why is she in the... I really hope Rhea doesn't win. Also, prayers to Zoe Starks, hoping for a speedy recovery. This is why they say don't do it at home, but we're still going to do it at home. So yeah, that happens. Next, we have Sheamus versus, Waller. Come out, Waller tries to leave. Theory's like, nah, kid, finish the match. And, he catches a nice bro kick. 1, 2, 3 for Sheamus. This is another cock tease. They're cock teasing, the Theory and Waller breakup. Night is full of cock teases, I'll tell you that. Then, we cut to the back. We see Roxanne giving gifts to the Judgment Day, giving Dom like a box of chicken nuggets. And it's just like, damn. Dom is really about to go 3 for 3 on women in the company. Man, what a lucky guy. They're gonna be in a story. Now it's gonna be another love storyline in the summer, where like Dom wants to eat Roxanne's taco. I wish I was eating someone else's taco right now.
I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Life. But yeah, that happens. Raquel is just like, you know, I'll tell Liv about this, so that's gonna start the storyline. There's probably gonna be 2 separate Judgment Day factions in the summer. OG Judgment Day versus new Judgment Day. Oh fuck. You have to go through that. Alright, main event time. You know, Jay of Uso versus the big dog, the new dog, Braun Breaker. Match happens. Braun Breaker is yelling at a fan in the crowd. He's telling him, "You're a fat ass." You know, that's the Steiner genes kicking in. You know, match is going good. Super kicks, whatnot. Kicking out at 2.5. Then, like, you know, Breaker wants to get the chair. While Heyman's is distracting the ref. That fails. Then, like, for some reason, Jey Uso sees Paul Heyman, right? And he wants to run where Paul Heyman is at, and, you know, Heyman, you know, grabs the leg of Uso, and I'm just like, you see Heyman is right there, but you still, like, they gotta make sure that the wrestlers are smarter than this. They're smarter than this. Then when Uso tries to go after Heyman, you know, Heyman takes off his vest and like put him up, and then like Seth Rollins out of nowhere, you know, jumps him from behind, literally. You know, his butt crack is showing, and it's almost like, whoa. And then like his pants were almost down to the point we almost saw like Seth's cock, and it was just like, roll, Seth, put that thing down, put it away, bro. Like, I'm not trying to see any BYC tonight, okay? Okay, so he basically pulls up his pants. Like, Seth Rollins was literally like free balling in skinny jeans. Like, who do you know that free balling in skinny jeans is diabolical? So yeah, they're basically jumping Jey Uso. Then Sammy comes out. You know, that happens, and then, you know, the crowd is chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and then, you know, Punk comes out. You know, they have a 2-on-2 brawl, whatnot. You know, roll credits, and out of nowhere, like, while Jey Uso's recovering, smack by Logan Paul. You know, lucky shot by Logan Paul, and that's the end of the show. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much been it for the, you know, Raw before, you know, Saturday night's Cox event. You already know this upcoming Wednesday there will be the predictions video. Don't hold me to that. You know, upcoming predictions video on the card. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe for more Hi Guys content, whether it be WWE, AQ Worlds, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, etc. And yeah, Seth, you gotta wear a belt next time. Like put that cock away. And yeah, Hi Guys out.